Hey, what's up guys? Today we're gonna learn how to make this egg. Alright, so let's get started, shall we? Alright, so first of all, what you're gonna do is create a new layer and we'll call it stroke. Let's call it stroke. Sweet, awesome, awesome possum. Okay, so now what you want to do is click your circle tool or ellipse tool, my bad. Hit M on that keyboard, hit M, boom. You got your ellipse tool. Now let's go into the center of the page, and you can tell you're on the center of the page by if you like slowly move your cursor, you'll get a green line and a red line, a green vertical line and a red horizontal line. And if you get those, that means you're in the center of the page. So now hold Shift, Control, and Alt on your keyboard. If you're on PC, Mac users, I don't know. I'm assuming it's Shift, Command, Alt, or Option. I think it's Alt is Option and Mac. Anyways, let's create the circle. Alright, let's make it about this size. Doesn't matter what size you make it, as long as it's big enough for you to see. Let's get rid of the fill color for now. And our stroke, we're going to go ahead and make it 8 points. Yep, 8-point stroke. That's good enough. Alright, so now what you're going to want to do is click on your circle and convert it to curves, which will allow you to turn it into a stroke object. Now you click that, and now you can actually manipulate the nodes instead of it just being a circle object. So now what you're going to do is click on the top node. You see that? Click on it and then hit Shift, hold Shift and drag up like that. And just like that, you have an egg. Wow, that's amazing. An egg is so simple. Sometimes I like to just grab the bottom of this egg as well, and grab that bottom node, and then you're gonna hold Shift and press your down arrow key once or twice. I hit it twice, so now you got more of an eggier shape. Nice, awesome. And that's pretty much it for the eggs for the stroke layer. That's honestly, that's pretty simple. I don't know, pretty easy to make. Now you're gonna hit Control J on your keyboard, and on your stroke layer. So we're gonna duplicate the stroke layer. So Control J again, and then the stroke layer we're gonna call it color. All right. So now you call it color, and now we're gonna go ahead and lock our stroke layer. So Control L on your stroke layer, and then go back to your color layer. And this curve, we're just gonna go ahead and delete our stroke, and then we're just gonna go ahead and make this egg into a brownish color. Let's go to our RGB sliders. So we're gonna go ahead and make this. We're gonna make it a brown egg because eggs are white for the most part, but there's also brown eggs, and I just like the look of the brown egg. So we'll just go like that. That's about right. Yep, I think that's a good color. And now, if you want to know the color that this is, it's FF9D3E. And if you don't know, if you don't want to use that color, then don't use that color. Don't use that color if you don't want to. Make it white if you want. Doesn't matter. And I still think this is a little too saturated, but for the sake of this video, we're just gonna leave it at that because I don't want to make this video that long. But I think this color is still not the best color, honestly. I don't think it's the greatest, but we'll keep it at that for now. So now what we're gonna want to do is go ahead and just make a new layer, and we're gonna go ahead and rename this layer highlights because we're gonna make our highlights. And we're gonna go ahead, and our light source is gonna be coming from the top left corner. I usually like making my light sources coming from that side. I don't know why, I just do. Maybe I should make it from another side. You know what? Let's challenge ourselves this time. Let's make our light source come from the left bottom corner right here. Alright. So we're just gonna make a circle so I remember that this is our light source. This is our light source right here. And so we just put that on top. Alright, so now on our highlight section, we're gonna go ahead and just grab our pen tool, and we're just gonna go make a quick. We're gonna go ahead and make a line like that. So what you're gonna do is just click and drag. Once you make your stroke in your line, go ahead and turn that line white, and we're gonna go ahead and just make this guy stroke 15-point stroke. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and go to our stroke pressure. So it's right here. It's under your stroke properties on the right hand side, and right here where it says pressure, just gonna hit that, hit pressure. And we're gonna put this curve in our highlights layer. I don't know, it put it in the wrong layer. So now we're gonna go back our pressure, right? So just click in the middle here, and it'll create a new node in this little line you have on this grid. And now you're going to grab one of the edges, and you're going to drag both of them down to that last line right here. And what that does is just thins out the edges of your line. As you can see right here, it keeps the middle the same size, but the edges will become thinner. And we're just going to go ahead and just increase this guy to 25 point stroke actually. Cool, now you got your nice little highlight right here. And now we're just going to lower the opacity a little bit, so we're just going to make it like about 75% instead of 100%. And then you got a little bit of color showing coming through. Awesome. And now we're just going to go ahead and create another little curve as well. So go back to your pen tool and click another small curve and just do like that. Just a straight line. And then we're just going to go ahead and make this pressure. We're going to save this profile on the pressure and then just make this guy a little bit thinner like that. And then this one, we're just going to lower the opacity up to 50%. And so now you got another little highlight right there. That's not directly right here by the light source, but it's still going to be a highlight. And now we're just going to go ahead and create our shadow. So just create a new layer above your highlights. I'll call this shadow. Alright. And now what you're going to do is grab this whole color, this whole curve right here, and then just hit Control C on your keyboard and then copy it onto the shadow layer. And then what you're going to do is hit Control J to make a duplicate of this, and then you can drag this guy down like so. And now once you got that guy dragged down, you're just going to grab both of these together. So select your top on your layered panel, select your first curve, and then hold shift and select your second curve. And now we're going to go up here and hit subtract. So now if we go back, you see right here there's this little intersection spot. What subtract does, it's going to get rid of this piece right here, this excess piece right here, and keep this side right here. So just hit subtract, and now you have this piece right here. Awesome, excellent. And so now we're going to go ahead back to our colors panel right here, and we're just going to go ahead and make it almost black, pretty much black, a really dark version of the same color. And then just hit 50% opacity, so make it 50%, 45%, and then now you got your shadow right here, which is looking pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I like how it looks. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and just give it a little bit more oomph. So grab your pen tool, and we're just gonna go ahead and create a little stroke, like so. Just drag it out a little bit, curve it out a little bit. And now for our pressure tool, we're gonna go reset this guy, and we're just gonna grab the right hand node and hold Alt on your keyboard and drag downward like this. And we're gonna make to this point right here. And now as you see, it dragged it down, it thinned out this part of your line and kept the top nice and thick. Oh yeah, thick. It kept it thick. And I like making these shadows a lot because it's just, I don't know, like making these shadows, I don't know, I like this type of shadows, honestly. You're gonna move it around a little bit, but I like these type of strokes. They just look nice, honestly, in my opinion. Look nice, so I like making them. So now what we're gonna do is just go ahead and make it the same dark color, and then the opacity we'll make it about 25%. And yeah, there you go. And you got a little shadow right here. You know what? You could just make another one, a small little shadow right here, like so. And this one we can go ahead and just do this guy, and lower this one a little bit. And then this opacity, just lower it a tiny bit more, so it's not as dark as our first shadow. And boom, there you go. There's that. And now we can just we can grab this guy, duplicate it, move it around, and just go like that. Boop. And then just go ahead and grab your node tool. So hit A on your keyboard, and we're just gonna drag it up a little bit, like so. And then I don't like how it looks, so we're just gonna go ahead and turn this guy into like the other one. So just hold Alt, and drag the right node down. And now you got this little nice tear shape. So now we're gonna go ahead and hit V on our keyboard, and then we're just gonna rotate this around. So just go ahead, rotate like this, and then flip horizontal, and now it's going the way of the egg. And actually, you know what? We'll just flip it again. And we'll just do it on this side, actually. I think this side needs a little highlight. Alright. Like, I'm no master at lights and anything. If you want to look at light resources, I guess you can look it up on YouTube. I just like to add highlights where I think they would be. Sometimes I do look at reference images to make sure they are in the right spots. But sometimes I just like to make my own. And sometimes it's too much. Sometimes it's too little. But I like just messing around to what looks good for me. And I think that looks good. So yeah, that is how you make a simple egg shape. I hope you like this video. Just drop a like. Drop a comment. You know, subscribe if you want. Or don't if you don't want to. You know, if you like the video, you go ahead and like it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it's useful to you. I hope this simple little egg gets you into the wonderful world of vectors. Because I know just sometimes making simple things is all it takes. Alright? So thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys later and have a great one. See, peace. Peace.